the gilded heart of the metropolis, where skyscrapers pierce the clouds and deals are sealed in hushed whispers, one man held the city in his palm. His name was whispered, but never spoken aloud in public. Alistair Finch. From his penthouse office, a glass and steel throne overlooking the sprawling urban kingdom, he was the puppet master. City officials, judges, even the police chief, they were all threads in his intricate tapestry of control. We see him now, not as a monster, but as a conductor. His voice a calm, commanding melody over the phone. A quiet word here, a subtle threat there, and millions of dollars change hands. Zoning laws, and inconvenient problems simply disappear. To the world, he was a philanthropist, a builder of cities. To the few who knew, he was the city itself. His power wasn't just in his wealth, it was in the secrets he kept, the favors he owned. The city breathed on his command, its rhythm dictated by the steady, confident beat of his heart. Every sunrise over his city was a testament to his absolute, unseen dominion. Then, a new piece appeared on the board, one that didn't fit Finch's game. Detective Kato Tanaka transferred from a smaller, quieter precinct. Tanaka was an anachronism, a man who believed in the simple, unbending line between right and wrong. He moved into the city's grimiest precinct with a single cardboard box and a reputation for being stubbornly, almost foolishly, incorruptible. He didn't want a bigger desk or a better view. He wanted to clean the streets. His first case, a seemingly routine warehouse fire, led him to a frayed thread. He pulled, and it led him deeper, past street-level thugs, past mid-level and into the periphery of Finch's perfectly manicured world. Tanaka wasn't like the others. He saw the city not as a ladder to climb, but as a victim to be saved. He started asking questions no one had dared to ask for years, shining a light into the shadows Finch had so carefully cultivated. Finch, accustomed to dealing with pawns, was initially amused by this new knight. He extended a hand, not of friendship, but of gilded containment. An invitation to an exclusive gala. A casual chat over $100 scotch. He spoke of pragmatism, of the greater good that his brand of order provided. He painted a picture of a city that worked because he made it work, and offered Tanaka a comfortable place within that picture. Every man has a price, Detective, Finch said, his smile as polished as the marble floors. It's just a matter of finding the right currency. He offered him a promotion, a quiet life, a future free of struggle. But Tanaka wasn't interested in currency. He simply listened, his gaze unblinking, and replied, "My price is justice. I don't think you can afford it." The amusement in Finch's eyes hardened into something colder. The time for seduction was over. The threats began. A late-night break-in at Tanaka's apartment, a near-miss with a speeding car, veiled warnings delivered by smiling, well-dressed men. But fear was a language Tanaka didn't speak. Each attempt to push him back only strengthened his resolve, solidifying his belief that he was on the right path. Tanaka knew he couldn't fight Finch with force. Finch owned the force, so he became a ghost, working off the books, piecing together a puzzle from discarded fragments. He spent his nights poring over shipping manifests, financial records, and forgotten case files. He found informants in the city's underbelly, a disillusioned accountant, a jilted lover of a city councilman, a former dock worker whose conscience had become too heavy. Each piece of information was a single drop of water, and Tanaka was collecting them to create a flood. He built a web of evidence, a complex chart of names, dates, and transactions that connected the warehouse fire all the way up to Finch's penthouse. He was mapping the city's nervous system of corruption, tracing every illicit signal back to its source. Finch's network was vast, but its greatest strength was also its weakness. It relied on the silence and complicity of many. Tanaka just needed to convince one of them to speak. He found his key in the deputy commissioner, a man caught between his loyalty to Finch and the crushing weight of his own crimes. Tanaka didn't threaten him. He offered him a chance at redemption. The climax was not a shootout in a darkened alley, but a battle of wills in the brightest room in the city. Alistair Finch's office. Tanaka, armed with a warrant and a file, thick with irrefutable proof, walked in unannounced. Finch was on the phone, sculpting the city's future as always. He ended the calls slowly, his composure a mask of granite. "Detective," he said, his voice dangerously soft. "You've been a persistent nuisance." Tanaka laid the file on the polished mahogany desk. "It's over, Finch." The air crackled with tension. Finch didn't even look at the file. He looked at Tanaka, searching for a flicker of doubt. "I interfere." Found none." He tried one last time, not with a bribe or a threat, but with philosophy. He argued that his control brought stability, that the chaos of true democracy would tear the city apart. "I am the cure, detective, not the disease," he declared, his voice rising with theatrical passion. But Tanaka just shook his head. "You're a parasite, and the city is finally ready to get healthy at that moment." The doors opened, and uniformed officers Tanaka's hand-picked, trusted few stepped inside. The mask on Finch's face finally cracked, not weak fear, but with the cold fury of a king being dethroned in his own court. The fall of Alistair Finch was like a controlled demolition. The headlines screamed. One by one, the corrupt officials, the compromised judges, the dirty cops, they all fell like dominoes. The network that had seemed so invincible crumbled overnight. Exposed to the light, the city held its breath. Then began the slow, arduous process of healing and rebuilding. New leaders were elected, promising transparency and accountability. The system wasn't perfect, but it was a start. It was a chance. And as a new dawn breaks, we see Detective Tanaka, not in a penthouse, but on the rooftop of his humble precinct. He looks out over the same city, but it feels different now. It feels like it belongs to its people again. The fight isn't over. Knows that corruption is a weed that always tries to grow back. But for the first time in a long time, the city has a guardian, a silent protector watching from the shadows, ready for the next threat. His work is never done, and that's just the way he likes it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into epic narratives. See you next time.